So it was started about, well, it was in 2016. All three of us loved like board games, and we went to LAN parties all the time and played board games there.
And when we visited board game cafes, we just thought, why are we travelling a whole hour to get to these board game cafes? We could be the ones to provide it for our local communities.
Came up with the idea, we decided let's give it a go, and then within a year we opened D20.
So we did the Kickstarter, one to sort of drum up interest as well as to get some funding for opening up the store and doing the renovations. So we offered rewards such as naming a table, sponsoring a board game, and then like vouchers for coming into the store as well.
A lot of people just kind of will come in as just something social to do to meet people.
It's really wholesome, it's like a safe space as well for a lot of people.
The lifeblood is those regular communities you can see on our calendar for both branches. Is events every day.
Magic is a really strong community for us. The first event or two we didn't have many attendees, but since then it's really grown. I think our allocation for events that we usually get for pre-releases has doubled in the time that we started doing it, so it's been really positive for us as well.
I got into it from a mate, and this was the nearest shop, and I've been coming ever since.
I came here, gaming socials were really fun, Magic was really fun. I hadn't played Magic in a long time, but everyone was really nice.
It's just a really friendly community. I've played Magic in a bunch of other places, which can often be quite cliquey, but this is a very young Magic community when I first started playing, and it didn't feel cliquey in the way that some other places do, and I just really liked it.
Our DMs who run the game are great at explaining everything to the new players.
So D&D has quite a large community. We have like a large following that comes in, we have regulars, and then we have newbies come in all the time.
The thing with D&D is that it is a cooperative thing. The DM provides the world and the players provide the characters, and then how the players' characters interact with your world will influence how the story goes. So players will have different ideas of what they want, and it's your job as a DM to combine them.
Usually our events for D&D are what we call one-shots, which means it's a one-time game. You can come in and you can get help with building a character, or you can bring your own in.
We get people who have always been like, I want to try it, but I never knew the right circles. Well, this is the perfect place to get into that circle.
And then we've got the gaming social, which is like one of our most popular events. They're somewhere between like 8 to 20 people sometimes.
People just can come in, meet other people to play board games with, and we have such a really lovely, friendly community that really don't mind explaining games to the new people and getting them to join in.
I think for us it's our most important event. Anyone can come along and join a group of players who no one knows each other. We'll either introduce them to a game, or the group now are so familiar with a lot of our library that they'll already be in the middle of a game. It's just a fantastic way of meeting people and learning new games, because there's a huge variety that are played. Social deduction, strategy, party games, they play everything and they bring their own. It's just a great way of meeting people as well. So
There are about 300 games at Uxbridge. There's about 800 games at our Watford store.
There's just kind of like a multitude of strategy, party, social deduction, some big heavy hitters that take you hours and hours. There's always something on the shelf to fit everybody, I think.
We'll ask them a series of questions on what their vibe is and what they're looking for in their experience here. We'll give them a few suggestions and they'll pick out what they prefer, and then we'll run through the rule set.
There's nothing better than feeling like you've matched the correct board game to the correct person, and we always say that there's a board game for everyone.
So we love teaching games. We love introducing our favourite games to other people and imparting that to them. But seeing people learning a game for the first time, and when it suddenly clicks and they're like, oh, okay, and then they get how they're supposed to play the game, it's really rewarding for us, because then we know we've done a good job and we know that they're enjoying the game. So
it's really fun to see somebody properly get into it.
Sometimes where there's a group and they don't know what way to get started, and if you feel like you can point them in the right direction, and then a few like 10-15 minutes later you can just hear them laughing and having the best time. It's a really good feeling, oh, I did that.
I do think I should mention us being a safe space and being very queer, community focused. I know for myself and for people I know that come, I think that can be a big part of it, being a safe space. I think for some people, having somewhere that isn't drink focused is quite nice, but for other places where people are going to come here, they're going to understand you, you're going to be welcome, you're going to be safe. I think that's probably another big part of it.
D20 wouldn't really exist without their core customers in the different communities that they engage in.
Everybody's so friendly and everybody's so kind. You'll never find a more welcoming place than D20.